Hello, my name is Yvette Francino, and I'm very honored to have been the winner for the Agile and Team Management Award for my article, Are You Being Agile or Just Doing Agile? And so here's my award. Thank you so much. It is very exciting to get that. I didn't even know that article had been nominated or anything about the award, so that was a wonderful surprise for me. And now I see that I was excited about the 7-second acceptance speech too. I thought that was a very fun, um, creative way to give a acceptance speech. And if you saw my 7-second acceptance speech, it was an example of doing Agile versus being Agile. So I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the next question on this little video interview is, what do you love about your work? And what do you do and what do you love about your work? So I am an Agile coach. I started as a software developer many years ago and got into management. And about in 2009 was when I got my Scrum Master certification and really learned all about Agile practices and techniques. And really, I had been using a lot of them before they were labeled as Agile. A lot of the recommendations that we encourage with Agile are practices that have really been around since I was an early developer, but they very much promote a mindset, and that's really what my article was about that Agile mindset versus having a checklist or a framework of things that you need to do, that instead just recognizing the importance of people and teamwork and communication. And these are practices that I am very passionate about. And I think that they're important whether we're doing software development or whether we're just interacting with people in our personal life and our professional life. They are reminders, and really, I'm also interested in psychology and the psychology of of happiness, or positive psychology, and I think there's a lot of overlap between that and what we promote in Agile. So that's one of the things I love about being an Agile coach. Is to me, it's universal. A lot of the practices there, and so let me tell you a little bit more about this article, being Agile versus doing Agile. I think that this mindset, like I said, is relevant in anything we do. The doing Agile is important, or doing tasks that help you gain a certain skill. Before you have that skill, you need to do and practice a certain pattern or a framework. So if we wanted to learn to cook, we would follow a recipe before we knew how to cook, and that would help us learn that and experiment about what works and what doesn't for us. So we'd start cooking and we'd follow our recipe as a new cook exactly, and that would be the doing of the cooking. We're following a recipe, and as we get more advanced, we would tweak it to our own taste. We might add more salt or sugar depending on what we like. And so in the Agile world, we talk about shuhari. And so shuhari is a martial art form that is talking about moving from the doing, the following a pattern that somebody else gave us, to starting to tweak it to make our own. And then the final step, the ri of the shuhari, is transformation. And this is where you are creating your own. Now you are making your own recipes because you're recognizing and you've become skilled in how to cook. So you know what ingredients might taste good together. You experiment and you create recipes of your own. And so this concept is how we talk about the doing, which is following someone else's set of guidelines or frameworks, to transcending into where we're not really even having to think about it anymore. We're just being And in our case, we're talking about Agile. So doing Agile would be following a framework or set of steps or patterns. And being Agile would be that you're experienced now enough and understanding those concepts that they're just part of your mindset. So I have a lot of passion around that, not just with Agile, but with life and with a lot of the things we do that we practice by reading or using a system of sorts, and we see what works for us because we're all individuals and we live in a complex world, and we continue doing more of what's working for us and less of what's not, and until we become proficient and we're able to become a master at whatever skill we're trying to learn. All right, let's see. The next question here is, what trend are you noticing in tech that's related to the article? I think that these Agile practices, Agile can be split into practices versus the mindset, and the mindset can be used, as I said, anywhere. So I see that being used in business all over, and that is the trend that I'm seeing is business agility and beyond software development. So it's really trending towards being used in any environment. And where can I be found online? I do write quite a bit. But YvetteFrancino.com is my main website, and that points. You can also find me on LinkedIn and on Facebook, and I have blogs. But I would say YvetteFrancino.com is the best spot to find me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate this.